another episode of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. Thanks for listening. This is the third time I'm recording this. Oh, shit, the microphone had a bad connection. And here we go. There's a sound in the background. I will talk to you later, Alex. Thank you. Call Michael Kusra, bro. I'm just gonna do some ASMR. Calm me down. I think I could pull off my own ASMR channel. So I went to the corner store and I called the cashier cocksucker and I said, "Fuck you and fuck your mother." I don't know. I think there's a realm out there for Boston ASMR. For real, dude. It's real. It's out there. You know? So, people don't know what ASMR is because they're normal people, live regular lives, and they're not weebo fucking creeps into anime. So ASMR is this thing you'll see on YouTube a lot where primarily women, but some dudes, get scantily clad in a somewhat sexual way. They whisper into a microphone and they do a lot of taps. They're always like got acrylic nails and they're just... And dude, sometimes it's just an ASMR video of like an old man making a shoe. And he's just making weird scrape sounds and just taps. It's just this. It's, "You've had a hard day. You deserve to be pampered. You're a big daddy. Look at you." Oh, God. That's what it is. So I listened to it briefly, and so a lot of dudes just listen to it apparently to sleep. I don't know, this generation is having a hard time sleeping. And so, dude, the easier you have it in life, the more likely you are to have mental fucking illness. Not necessarily easier, but the more you pursue a materialistic life because you're denying your base reality as a human being. But anyway, it's very much a fucking first world thing. People in the third world don't need ASMR to sleep. That's very much a spoiled, I don't have a problem, suburban fucking type of thing. I only used it because when I was dating my ex, towards the end we would have these horrific fucking fights, these horrible battles, and I give her credit, she knew what she was doing. She would say shit to purposely try and set me off. Right? And ladies, you do this. You know you fucking do it. You do that thing where you're like, I'm going to say something that he could hit me for. And then see what the fuck he does. You do that, all right? And it's fucked up. But men, it's your responsibility to protect yourself and your mental health and your relationship and your girlfriend and her mental health from her emotions. Estrogen makes people emotional, man. And emotions are a fucking drug. You know, when you ever make a decision when you're blackout drunk or you're high on coke, yeah, they're not good decisions. You ever look at the text messages you sent out when you were fucking coked out or fucking blackout drunk and you go, I really wish I didn't send that to my boss. Yeah, that's the same thing when you're emotional or angry or passionate. You don't fucking do that. So when she comes at you and says, "You're just like your fucking father," you go, ASMR. I'm gonna ASMR this fucking anger away, dude. Fuck you, bitch. You let it wash over you, man. You let it wash over you. Because if you act out and you say some fucked up shit, then it's on you, man. I know she's testing you. She's testing your manhood, and your manhood will always be tested in a relationship. It's instinct. Women are instinctively programmed to regularly test men, to poke and prod them to see if they're strong. And if they're weak, then they break up with them. And it's not that simple. It's not like, I called you a bitch and you just were like, "Oh, I'm sorry." No, it's It's in a subconscious thing that they do because of instinct. They've been programmed instinctively to test you, to test your manhood, to test your strength. And when you fail, and you repeatedly fail, they lose respect for you, and they, over time, just can't find you attractive anymore because you're a bad mate. And the reason a woman wants a man is, now there's higher things going on, but at the base, under the core, the underlying thing is, does he make me feel safe? Do I want to pass his genes on? Will he provide for me and my offspring? That's it, man. We're not these complex creatures. We're just a bunch of overgrown fucking apes who just got our hands on some enriched uranium and learned how to make nukes. I don't know why everyone expects this greatness out of us. Ooh, because we wrote plays? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, fucking this dude in Rome wrote a play called Oedipus Rex about a dude who fucks his mom. That's, civilization, baby. That's what it is. And now look at us. We get fucking incest porn all over the internet. Oh, yeah, we really made it, guys, didn't we? Anyway, man, I used to say this shit to fucking get me heated. And I discovered ASMR, and I would listen to it, and it would actually calm me down. But then I realized that, like, this is some mummy issue shit. And also, which I had, mummy issues, I most certainly did. I had a lot of parental issues. Certainly had my mummy issues, which affected my relationship with women. Gave me a hero complex. I always wanted to save women because I always wanted to save my mom. I always wanted to save my dad too. But once you figure out what your issue is, man, just work. Your daddy issues don't have to define you, ladies. They don't. They'll be a crux of your initial relationships. But you can get around them. Anyway. So I would listen to these ASMR videos, and then I was looking at the video, and I go, why is this chick just showing off her tits in every video? Like, she just really would just put on, like, a corset. Here's, like, a big, nice thick lady. Put on a corset, really get nice and busty. And, I sound like a 50-year-old man describing boobs. And get nice and she got nice and busty, and that's dame. And she would get nice and busty, and I was like, why is there a sexual element here? Because when I listen to this, it kind of makes my fucking penis tingle. Not hot, not get hard, but there's a little tingle going on. And I looked at more videos, and it was all the same. It was all chicks kind of scantily clad, being like, you're the man, you're the man. Pamper you. And I'm like, what is this? What nerd fucking incel bullshit is this? And I came to one, and the girl had pink hair and looked like one of those weird anime weebo porn stars. It's this weird thing where, like, fucking scrawny white girls are dyeing their hair and, like, doing this thing where they cross their eyes and stick out their tongue and go, and someone's like, a lot of people are masturbating to it. I don't get it. Too weird for me. And I'm into some weird shit. Too weird for me. It's just not human. I don't know. I like human women. I'm really old-fashioned. I'm not into fucking androids and anime bitches. And I remember being at my therapist, and I go, I'm listening to this stuff called ASMR. And he goes, ASMR, what's that? I go, it's these videos that help you calm you down. I think it's a new form of psychology and therapy. And he goes, I'll look into that. And then next therapy session, he goes, I looked into that ASMR stuff. And I go, yeah? And he goes, yeah, that's not real therapy. I go, you sure? He goes, look, if it helps you, do it, but that's not recognized therapy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it is. And then, I looked into that girl with the pink hair, and in the comment section of YouTube, someone goes, this girl does porn. And guess what? She does porn. A lot of porn stars are doing ASMR and vice versa. Dude, everyone's a fucking porn star. Everyone has an OnlyFans, except for me. I'm fucking square. Anyway, in other news, Glecia McMillan from My 600 Pound Life, dead at 41. Gee, I wonder what fucking killed her. I wonder what was a contributing factor in that early death, Dude, that's one reality TV show that can't really do reunion shows. You know, the real world will do, like, Real World Roll Rules reunion. This one's just going to be My 600 Pound Life. Who's still alive? Who's left, fatties? Fuck you. Fuck you to people who watch that show. You're not watching it because you care about those people. You're rooting for them. You're watching it because it makes you feel better about yourself. It's the same reason people watch Jerry Springer. You watch someone less fortunate than you, so you feel better. It's the same reason 50% of going to a fast food restaurant is to eat the food, because it's cheap and it's easy. The other 50% is you just like watching someone lower on the socioeconomic totem pole than you. That's why rich people don't eat at fast food places, because they look outside their window and they go, you're all losers and I live in this house. Oh! Whereas if you're a broke dude in a poor neighborhood, right? And I grew up in one of these places, you go to a fast food place and you go, well, at least I don't work the Burger King drive-thru. That's what you fucking do. And that's what everyone watching My 600-Pound Life is doing. Because we all got fat during quarantine, and then you looked in the mirror or you sat down, you felt one of your rolls stick out. You go, oh, what the fuck is this? Where did you come from? And you looked at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh, gross. And you got on the scale and you go, I'm over 200 again. Oh, I swore this would never happen. Then you turn on My 600-Pound Life and you go, phew. At least I don't bathe with a garden hose. At least my bath's on me with getting hosed down by my dad with a garden hose and spray with a fucking bottle of Windex. Lysol. Dude, that's exactly why you do it, man. Because you're like, you're sitting there eating potato chips and you go, I'm fucking gross and no one will ever love me. And then you turn on My 600-Pound Life and you watch a dude order a Domino's pizza and then fill it with chicken nuggets and then fold it up like a pizza chicken nugget taco and just eat the whole fucking thing, and you go, I still got it. That's what you're doing, man. I feel bad for those motherfuckers. That's tough. Why people watch that shit, man. Dude, people who watch My 600-Pound Life, you're just like rednecks who watch NASCAR. Yeah, you're rooting for your guy to finish the race and win, but the reality is, you're there to watch the crash. That's why you're really there, man. Don't fucking play games. You know why you're watching. Alright? You're like, I'm rooting for him as he has to physically remove his skin from the couch that he's now adhered to. Oh, man, it's a shitty time for those guys during COVID, huh? Oh, man. Oh, also, Uncle Ben's got rid of Uncle Ben. Now it's just Ben's Original. They said that the logo was racist. Dude, come on, man. Like, maybe Aunt Jemima, but like Uncle Ben is just a black dude wearing a bow tie. Like, he's not fucking Mr. Bojangles. It's not a Sambo doll. It's Uncle Ben, man. I also don't even understand in what way that one was racist. Because I don't go to black people for rice. That's what I go to Asians for. Maybe Latinos. Right? Like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans make a lot of rice, actually. It's overwhelmingly white rice. And for those of you who don't know, the yellow rice you get at a Dominican, Caribbean place, whatever, that's just white rice cooked in a different way. You gotta go brown rice. Okay, that's where the weight problems in the Caribbean come from, is these motherfuckers in Puerto Rico and shit are just starting their day off with white rice, which is just a bowl of sugar, man. Dude, you're better off eating a bowl of Lucky Charms than you are eating a bowl of white rice. Just telling you, dude. I just don't. They had like Puerto Rican Uncle Ben's, right? I don't know. I think that would be good. I think I'd be more likely to buy that one. Uncle Pendejos. I'm covering random things. So, this dude, I don't know if this is a dude or a... So, last night, someone decided, it's going to come out that it's fake. I know it's fake, but, so obviously, there are riots going on. They've always been going on, and periodically people burn down houses and businesses and shit. And this one guy, someone burned down his camper, right? And then they also wrote Joe Biden 2020, BLM, and then the anarchist A on his fucking garage door. But they just burned his camper. I think it fucked up his 2 trucks too, but it didn't touch the house, thankfully. And I'm like, dude, this is the worst fucking case of insurance fraud ever. They just randomly picked this dude's house. Like, he wasn't near a protest zone or anything. It was... See, this always happens, man. This happens with hate crimes. This happens with so many other things where someone will take a real incident, or even with rape, and they just lie about it to get something out of it. This dude clearly just wants insurance money for his fucking camper and his 2 pickup trucks. And if you look up the pictures, it's clearly someone who's never been spray painting before. You can just tell they have like Catholic school handwriting in the spray paint. They dotted the I on Biden. Took their time too. Oh yeah, I'm going to take my time spray painting your wall while I burn your fucking truck. Dot my I's, cross my T's. But also, the anarchist A, it's just an A with a circle around it, the way they spray paint it. Anyone who's ever seen an anarchist A knows that the A is drawn, and then you do the circle. Maybe it's a circle. I don't know. I've never drawn one. But I've seen a million of them drawn. The A has to extend outside of the circle, right? The A doesn't stay inside of the circle. The A has to, like, cross over the lines of the circle. It's, like, thrown on top of the circle. So whoever did this has never done a fucking anarchist A. And also, Antifa, socialists, Marxists, anarcho-syndicalists, communists hate liberals and Joe Biden also. They will side with them against their hatred of anyone who's conservative. But no one on the left who's rioting or fucking shit up, now, they're going to vote for Biden, but they're not excited about it. They don't like the fucking guy. They know who Biden is, and they know who Kamala Harris is, and they know that they're more of the same. All right, so they don't fucking like them. They're holding their nose as they vote. They're not spray painting Biden anywhere. Clearly, this dude, complete fucking fake. And I'm like, dude, just why do people do this and not do their fucking homework? Like, you're going to commit arson. Just Google anarchist A. Just watch 3 videos about how they feel about Biden, you fucking dummy, dude. This happened in my neighborhood that I grew up in a few years ago, except it was a guy, so it's at my original school called the Tynan Elementary School in South Boston, where my cousin works, and one of the janitors is black, and it's a nice city job. And when you work for the city, and when I was younger, you can get transferred to other neighborhoods and shit. And now, as you're unaware, South Boston, where I'm from, has a history of bigotry. All right, we kind of get treated the way Americans treat the South. All right, everyone points their fingers at us as if we're the only ones who've done racist shit in New England, and we're not. Have we been guilty of it? Yes. But they overblow it because they point their fingers at us while their cops do racist shit. It's basically look at those people. Well, I'm not like them. They're the racists. Okay, yeah. Like Brookline cops don't harass black people who randomly wander into their neighborhood. Yeah, Newton is fucking so fond of minorities. But that's a whole other thing. But anyway, the dude, and we knew it was fake because he wrote racial slurs on the school and directed them at him. But he wrote a very famous slur that begins with the letter N, only he ended it with an A. Dude, racists don't, if you're going to be racist enough to write that shit on a wall, you're going to put the ER. You're not going to hold off on you're not going to be like, well, I don't want to be too racist. I was gonna go all in and write it with the ER, but I don't want to go fucking overboard when I say that I'm gonna lynch this guy. I'm gonna put an A at the end of it. I know I don't want him in the neighborhood. I don't want him around, but I'm gonna be respectful about it. And right when I saw it, I go, it's fake. It's fake. Because any racist white dude would write out the full word. All right? And then they searched the janitor's laptop, and he had been Googling racist graffiti from South Boston in the 70s. And it was like, oh, convenient. And then it turned out he wanted a job transfer. He felt like his commute was too far, and he was trying to get transferred to a school or a city building where he could be janitor closer to home, right? And they denied his claims, so he just did this whole fucking incident to get himself out of that. I'm like, all right, dude, fuck it. You know, I hate commuting to work too. At the same time, he never got in trouble for it, and there were no apologies issued after there were a bunch of protests. Or not protests, but like there was some rallies. We're like, neighborhood's still racist. And we're like, dude, we've all been gentrified out. What the fuck are you talking about? How long are you still going to take us to task? We don't fucking live there anymore, you cunts. Anyway, I'm going to skip right over to questions, man. I want to get into questions. And I think I have a few good ones. And here's one. Let me see. My boyfriend's sex drive isn't as high as my own. All right, now I'm gonna stop that there. And you know what? And I'm trying to figure out how this was worded very strangely. I'm trying to figure out how to keep him up with me. So I asked him what he masturbates to. Okay, just right there. Not a good idea, ladies. That's not a good idea. I'm going to be straight with you women. That's not a good idea. Because what we come to isn't necessarily what we want. Right? Women and men come to some pretty wild shit. And it's sometimes you just come to the fantasy of it, right? You're just coming to the fantasy also. So this is an issue I've seen a lot. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to use this to extrapolate into a larger issue of what women face with sex. I've talked to a lot of women who have very high sex drives and their boyfriends can't keep up with them, or their husbands. And that's going to be a tough situation. Because I'm a firm believer in the only thing that really makes a relationship work is when it fires on all cylinders. Because I've met people so many times who will go, yeah, I love him and he's great, but the sex is just, that will derail your relationship. I've watched it happen multiple times, and what people do is they're like, well, we'll become swingers, or we'll become open, or we'll cuck. And I've fucked women in open relationships, and even in my early 20s, I fucked a couple like wives while their cuck husbands watched. Not a proud moment for me. I'm gonna be straight with you. No one feels good after a cucking. No one. They're definitely not the fucking loser cuck. He sure as fuck doesn't. I didn't walk out of that hotel room like, oh, I'm the fucking bull. I was like, oh, that was fucking weird and gross, dude. That's somebody's mom. Like, I did. Because the fucking lady's daughter called. I was like fucking 22. And she answers her phone. She's like, God, Jesus Christ, Mike. She answers the phone. She goes, and after she hangs up, she goes, my fucking daughter just won't listen to me. And I'm like, how old is she? She goes, 17. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder where she gets it from. Just you in a fucking hotel letting fucking randos have at you. Whatever, Mike, we're not going to kink shame. But no one feels good about that. And I don't think the wife even feels good about that. I don't understand how you as a woman could feel good. You know, first you're getting off in a sexual manner, but I've gotten off sexually in negative ways. Just because you come doesn't mean it's good for you. All right? I've done a lot of shit sexually that I kind of wish I didn't. Like that story I just told you. And you do it because you're not emotionally intelligent enough to know at that point that what you're doing isn't really healthy, but you're just doing it. You're doing it to act out, and you're doing it to cover up some shit that you're facing in your life. And you don't have the tools yet, or the mental acumen, or the emotional intelligence to realize why you're doing it. Anyway, I've seen that with open couples too. A lot of times when a relationship becomes open, it's a band-aid to fix a massive laceration. There's this enormous wound where two people might love each other, but they don't match sexually. And I don't personally believe that those relationships ever work out. In order to have a functioning relationship, you gotta love the person, you gotta trust them, they gotta make you happy. They gotta make you fucking feel good, man. Like, in order for me to want to be with a woman, she's gonna make me laugh. And when I smile, when I think about her, I go, what is she doing? When I see something and I go, and it makes me feel good, I want to share it with her. And you know what? She's gonna make me fucking come, dude. She's gonna make me fucking scream and groan and moan like a wildebeest on meth. That's what you gotta do. And if you can't do all of that, your relationship is fundamentally flawed. There's this idea that I can make a marriage work when the sex isn't there. That's why I always tried to fuck women early on. And I got so much shit about this from women. Because early on, I would try and fuck. And it wasn't just to get off. Though it was fuck you, Mike. Look, man, I like to fuck. What am I going to do? But also, if I don't have sexual chemistry with you, it'll never work. What are we doing? It doesn't matter if I like you or think you're intelligent. If the sexual chemistry isn't there, the relationship can't work. And I know because I remember, once again, in my younger days, fuck some girl whose boyfriend wasn't fucking her right, so he gave her permission to go out and get dick, and I came along, and guess what happened? I destroyed the relationship because I started slinging good dick. You need to physically do that shit. So I'm not saying that when there's early problems, you walk away. I'm just saying that you're right to want to question this and to get work. And women are so insecure. Women have been made to feel insecure about their sexuality and their sex drives. I've encountered this a lot of times where women had shitty relationships because they had a higher sex drive than their man. And here's the fucking deal. This is also something I've encountered a lot by just talking to women. When most women, or anybody for that matter, starts exploring sexuality, they're, teenagers or young adults, and they're doing it with a first boyfriend or girlfriend. And for women, you meet your first boyfriend, maybe you get married super young, early on, and you're going through the process of experimenting. And at some point, you feel safe enough to show him a part of your sexuality. And you go, hey, I like sex like every day. Or you're like, hey, I want to be tied up, or I want to be fucking piss on me. Whatever it is, you're into something, and you tell him, and because he's still a boy and he's not mature enough to be a man, he becomes insecure about his masculinity because you're out sexing him in his mind. And as a man, he should want sex more than you and need it more than you and all this other fucking shit more than you. So he becomes intimidated, and he makes you feel bad as a woman for wanting that stuff. He shames you. Might call you a whore or a slut or a freak. And this happens a lot. And a lot of women carry that. They're like a flower. They're like a nice, sexy, fucking freaky, kinky flower that's about to bloom, and then a frost comes in and the flower fucking closes up again. Like, women out there like, oh man, I think I'm gonna get into fucking role play. And then their boyfriend goes, what do you mean you fucking want to do role play? And then they close down. And I'm not saying, dude, you have to do everything your woman wants, but you don't make them feel ashamed for liking what they fucking like. You just go, hey, look, I'm not into that. And, I'll have some stuff, maybe I'll try to, but if you're like, hey, look, I don't want to be pissed on, that's a hard limit, there you go. But don't When you degrade them, you fuck them up. You not only fuck them up for your relationship, which those relationships always end. They always end. Because when you're a man and insecure, you destroy your relationship. The relationship you have as a man is founded on your manhood. And when you fuck that up, when you fuck up, when you show insecurity, you're done. She can't fucking respect you, man. It's a real deal, dude. You gotta maintain, and you gotta fail in order to get to this point as a man. You know, I didn't fucking start out like this. I didn't just know this. I failed. I failed in relationships. I was insecure. And your manhood should be derived from your character and your soul. It's not derived from your dick size, and it's not derived from your sex drive, okay? All that. Dudes, when a woman needs sex more than you, it doesn't mean you're not a man. It doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean any of that fucking shit, man. It just means she likes to fuck. Why don't you like to fuck? Well, it could be that a lot of men have very low testosterone nowadays, which is directly linked to plastics. There are two polymers in plastic that actively fucking get in to a fetus during in vitro when a mother is in gestation with the fetus, and they fuck up the flow of testosterone into the boy fetus. This is all true. You can look it up. There was a study done by quite a few Swiss scientists. And whatever. It doesn't matter. Dude, find another way. Fucking eat pussy. I don't know. Take some testosterone. Learn to fuck. But when you see guys, men who are insecure about their manhood create talismans for their manhood, right? Sometimes it's a big truck. I'm going to buy a big truck because I'm insecure with my fucking manhood. And that's going to be a symbol of my manhood. I'm going to eat fucking an excessive amount of red meat, which I do too, man. I just like the taste. But don't, like, oh, I'm not a man because I'm vegan. I don't know, man. I think being vegan is stupid anyway, but I don't think you're not a man because you're vegan. I'm still going to bust your chops, but whatever. Or guys who get guns. You ever, I'm getting a gun, all right? But obviously, I think the world's changed and I want a fucking gun. But some dudes really view their AR-15 as their source of manhood. And we've seen these people. There's not everyone, but it's some of them. Not everyone owns a big truck, got a tiny dick. That's why I drive a nice shitty 98 Honda Civic, ladies. So you know I ain't worried about having a tiny dick. Anyway, dudes will do that, and they do that with their dicks too. It's also why dudes continually get their sons circumcised, even though data shows that it causes mental and physical trauma and reduces sensation. Because so quick knowledge thing. Circumcision in America is not for a hygiene reason. It's not for religious reasons, really. It was done because, God, I hope I didn't tell this on the podcast. Yeah, but anyway, the Kellogg's brothers, guys who made fucking cornflakes, were radical right-wing vegans. And I think I told this already. Fuck it. If you haven't... Anyway, they did it to reduce masturbation because it's harder to masturbate. If you're circumcised, you need lotion or lube or whatever. Without the foreskin, like dudes who are uncircumcised, very easy to masturbate. Super easy. And so it was done because these guys hated sex. They thought eating meat made you sexual. So they would actively circumcise young boys and do it to young girls too with acid. But the mothers stopped doing it because a woman doesn't base her womanhood off her pussy or her clit. Men base their manhood off their dicks. So if a man has to realize that maybe something that isn't nice was done to my dick, rather than just face that, they're willing to force it on their sons. All the women who faced American female circumcision, which was a thing, never did it to their daughters. Because that isn't their source of fucking womanhood. But I'm sorry, I'm going on a fucking ramble here. I'm going to digress. Back to what you were saying. This is very important, and I'm just going to... Women, do not regress and do not nerf or dampen who you are for your man's insecurities. Don't hold back on your sexuality or your sex drive because it makes your man insecure. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? Now, he might be like, hey, look, I don't want to. I'll tell women flat out, I want to hear your fucking past sexual stories all the times. I just don't fucking care. I don't care what you did before me. It's none of my fucking business. And usually they're just not going to make me, it's not stuff I want to fucking hear. If I like you, I don't want to hear about other dudes smashing you. Sorry. You know, I don't care what you fucking did, as long as I just care what you do when you're with me. You could have been the biggest whore ever, as long as you're not a whore now. None of my fucking business. But anyway, don't reduce yourself for another person's lower standards, right? You understand what I'm saying? Don't. If you're a successful woman, right, and you make good money and you do well, and your boyfriend's broke, whatever, no big deal, but you love him. So what? But he asks you not to wear flashy stuff, not to tell people about your career, how much you earn, because he's afraid of how it makes him look. You shouldn't be with that motherfucker. You shouldn't be with a man. If your man is intimidated by you because you're strong, because of your success or your finance or your sex drive, if there's something that you do as a woman that intimidates your man, you shouldn't be with him. And the reason you really shouldn't be with him is, one, he's a bitch. But number two, and this is still related, you won't be able to respect him. When a man acts like a bitch, women instinctively can't respect him anymore. They just lose respect for him. It's true. It's how it works. It's just nature. He's shown himself to be a weak man. And why would you instinctively want to be with a man who's displaying this level of weakness and insecurity? How's he going to defend you in the cold, hard world? And you're not going to actively think this. Subconsciously, you will. Think about it. Like, and I've had women fight me on this. I have a friend who I did a podcast with who said, fuck you, Bane. This stuff isn't real. And I'm like, it is real. It is real. All of our mating comes from instinct. It's our primordial shit. We are never going to escape that fucking lizard brain. Never. It's a part of who we are. I don't care how much fucking evolution we've done. It's there. All right? It's just there. And I said, has a man ever acted like a bitch to you? And she goes, well, I remember I told this guy I was dating, shut the fuck up. And he said, I'm sorry. And I go, how'd that make you feel? And she goes, it was the biggest turnoff of my life. And I go, you ever notice you date strong men? She goes, well, and I go, you do. You date men who don't take your fucking shit. So anyway, I'm not saying to the girl who wrote this or asked this question, I'm not saying that he's that dude. I'm just saying be aware of that. I'm sorry, I just used your question to try and handle a bigger situation that I see women dealing with a lot. I give a lot of advice on here for dudes. I'll give some for the ladies because I know there are some women listeners. Do not get with men who are weak ass bitches. Don't do it. Because I've been in this situation. Like in New York City, I would meet women who would date like the weak, nebbishy dude because he said all the right things. He didn't, I make plenty of fucking misogynistic jokes. And I genuinely believe in pretty traditional gender dynamics. But I would in no way ever be threatened by my wife's success. I'd be happy for her. I've never been intimidated by, I'm not intimidated by women. And this is what you, fellas listening, this is what you need to be. You cannot be intimidated by women. Not by their success, not by their sex drive, not by their past sexual experiences, not because their ex-boyfriend had a bigger dick than you. None of that. Doesn't fucking matter. You're the motherfucker. You're the motherfucker. Doesn't matter how many big dicks dudes she's dated. Doesn't matter. She dated a guy who was richer than you. It doesn't matter that she's richer than you. It doesn't matter because you're the man and you're the motherfucker. So act like it. And don't be intimidated by anything. And here's another thing. be honest and upfront with them. Because when you're lying and you're sneaking around as to who you are and what you really want, they can sniff that out. And that's some sneaky male bitch boy shit. No one wants that. Don't do that to them, and don't do it to yourself. But also don't be that dude. Don't just be you. Be upfront with who you are and what you want. And we'll all come together. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's soft. No, it's not. All right? A lot of women, this is something that I do. I open up to women. You know why I open up to them? I go, hey, look, I fucking got beat quite a bit as a kid for a large portion of my life. I went to black schools and they fucked me up for being a white kid. And I came back to my neighborhood and they fucked me up because I didn't go to school in my own neighborhood and they didn't know who I was. And I came home, my dad took out his anger on me and my family. And I never, ever, ever had a moment of safety. Ever. I didn't know what the fuck is safe. I just knew that I got my ass kicked and everyone beat the fuck out of me and abused me. And that my dad's killed himself from alcoholism and that I've suffered and whatever. But everyone does. There's plenty of people who've been through way worse than me. Some who haven't. What does it fucking matter? But I open up to them. And what I say right here is, here's all the ammunition you'll ever need. Go ahead. Tell me I'm a drunk just like my dad. See if it affects me. I'm emotionally what I'm doing is I'm laying out a table of fucking weapons and I'm taking my shirt off and I'm saying, go ahead. Pick up that emotional knife, that dagger, and stick me with it. Here's all of my emotional insecurities and weaknesses that I ever had to deal with. And you can't use them to fucking conquer me. That's what you're doing when you open up to a woman. Also, it feels good to open up to people, dude. But that's what you're doing. That's what you're saying to them. You're saying, here I am, and I'm not fucking scared of you. You can't do anything to emotionally harm me. And that's how you get respect. If you fear the person you're in a relationship with, what kind of a fucking relationship are you in? But anyway, I digress. Ladies, and this goes for friendships too, right? Like, or even if you're in a relationship and you're trying to get healthy and the person you're with won't, right? And they're like, let's go get Taco Bell at 3 a.m. and smoke blunts. And you go, no, I can't be eating Taco Bell. Definitely not at 3 a.m. I don't want to put my booty hole through that fucking, that process. And she goes, fuck you, what do you mean? And then because you're getting better, makes her insecure. Not a right fit for you, man. One of the hardest things you'll ever understand as growing up is that you outgrow people and you outgrow relationships. Just like how you outgrow places and clothes. Hard to deal with, man. Especially when you fucking love them. It's real fucking hard to deal with. But you do. You gotta outgrow that. When I got sober, I had people who got angry with me. They were like, you don't have a drinking problem. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. Fucking, dude, 3 major concussions, multiple near-death experiences. All right? Like, I almost froze to death. I've been stomped out, knocked out. My head's been caved in with a fucking brick. Waking up in jail cells, waking up in hospital beds. I'm pretty sure I have a fucking problem, dude. Yeah, I do have a problem. I drink when I'm sad and I'm alone. I think that's a fucking problem, dude. Yeah, like I'm fucking killing myself. Yeah, I have a problem. And people go like, no, you don't. Because they're afraid that that's reflecting on them. That they might have a problem too because they hang out and drink with me. And if you're in a relationship or friendship like that, you gotta either tell them, this is how it's going to go and you need to evolve and change with it, or fuck off. But anyway, I went really far with this question. My bad. My bad for real. I know, that's just something I was thinking about. I recently was talking to a girl and that really sparked something in my brain, because there's a lot of women out there who, you're not dating what's right for you. As I was saying earlier, in Brooklyn, I met people in polyamorous relationships, women who would date the guy who said the right feminist things, but then they would fuck me. You know, like they'd be in an open relationship and they would fuck me, and I'm a representation of barbarism and savagery and the things they're not supposed to like in a man. And that's not a healthy relationship. If the person you love and go to isn't also the person that's giving it to you, that ain't fucking healthy, man. I'm not just trashing out polyamory. What I am saying is this thing where you have the boyfriend who fucks you right and the boyfriend who emotionally makes you feel right. No. Find the guy that does all of that. That's hard to find. Well, put in the fucking work. Put in the work, right? You'll fucking go on Yelp and research a restaurant before you go eat tapas there, but you won't put in the work for who you're going to spend the rest of your life with and have kids with? Get the fuck out of here, man. Put in the fucking work. I keep hearing people tell me, oh, I can't get laid. And I'm like, well, do this and do that. And they go, well, I don't want to put in that work. Then don't fucking complain. Don't complain. You work for the pussy, man. And ladies, if you want good dick, because women can get dick whenever they want, but they want good dick. Whenever I talk to women, I'm like, you can get laid whenever you want. And they go, but it's not good dick. Put in the fucking work. Because it's out there. It's out there. All right? Don't get wasted and pick up losers at a pub at 12 at midnight and then have sloppy sex and then feel bad about yourself and say, I'm a dirty whore and blah, blah, blah. Why do men suck with this guy gave me a limp dick and the sex wasn't good and he made me feel ashamed and he said some fucked up shit to me about my fucking stretch marks and jelly rolls and all that shit. Why'd you fuck a loser you met at a bar when you were blackout drunk? Why didn't you find a man who talks to you when you're fucking sober? Who knows what he's about? That's responsibility on you. Also, don't fucking, I don't know, the stuff he's beating off to isn't the stuff that he's going to necessarily want to do with you. And she wrote he beats off to his exes, and that intimidate her. Doesn't fucking matter. That doesn't, I mean, personally, I don't like watching porn much anymore. I still do, but I don't fucking like doing it. Because I evolved to a point where when I watch porn and it's like professional porn, I realize this girl is here because something horrible happened to her in her childhood or a lack thereof of a relationship from someone who loved her. And I can't fucking do it. I just picture like the little girl version of her just being left at ballet recital and the dad she wanted just never coming and picking her up. And then cut to fucking gangbang scene. I'm like, oh, Jesus, no. I can't do it. Can't get off to it. I can only watch amateur stuff now. Even then, I don't really want to watch that either. I just try and go old school and use memories. Or I watch videos that I made with other people. And it's very normal for guys to beat off to old memories. And it doesn't mean that he necessarily wants to be with his exes. Because if he did, he'd fucking be with them, right? Right? Wouldn't he still try and be... Don't ever be intimidated by someone's past relationships. That doesn't matter. The past, it's not really relevant in your current relationship, man. It doesn't matter. Don't be intimidated if the guy or woman you're dating used to be a player. Now, be aware of it. All right, now also be aware of where they were at when you found them, okay? If you got your woman at a strip club, all right, and you were the one to try and take her out of that, don't act all weird when she does fucking stripper shit, when she makes an OnlyFans account. If the guy you met was a player and you're trying to get him to not be, and he still does player shit, that's on you. But if you found them after they've reformed, then what's the issue? If they put their things to rest and they did it before you or without asking just to do it because they wanted to, then hold with them, man. Don't be intimidated by that. Don't hold back on shit. Really, ladies, stop fucking... I feel bad for girls in this respect because a lot of the fight that's going on right now with feminism I used to hate feminists as a younger man. I did. I'm just going to be straight honest with you. Because I was like, fuck them. They fucking hate us. And fuck them bitches. And I wasn't getting enough pussy. I wasn't getting affection. Because the best part of sex isn't just the fucking and the coming. It's when you lay there and when you cuddle with them after. I'm a fucking forced cuddler, all right? You fucking fuck me. You're getting some non-consensual cuddling. I don't fucking care. Fucking lay on top of you and snuggle you. Fucking, you can scream help. I'm just, if you scream help, I'll get off you. But for real, my clearest moment is after I come and I lay there with a woman in my arms and I make her feel safe with me. That's my ideal moment in life, is letting her know that, look, I know there's a lot of shit going on in your life and you're stressed out with work and the world's fucking crazy. But right now, you're just in my bed. You just came and you get to lay in my arms and just listen to my heartbeat, and it's going to be okay. I'm not promising the world will be right. I'm just saying for the next fucking 5 hours, you're okay. Do, man. That's your job as a man. You're a fucking provider and a safety net. It ain't really about financial. That does help. It's about emotional. That's where you fucking shine, dudes. Put in that work. Stop being fucking lazy. God damn it, I was just talking about something and my fucking brain went stupid. What was it? I don't know. I'm going to recap real quick. Don't hold back on who you are, ladies. Don't. Because you'll never respect. Oh, feminism. There it was. I got it. Fucking got it back. The issue women right now are fighting with feminism is this. It's a battle with nature. It ain't about men. Because women have access to what we have in society now. You may say you don't, but you fucking do. White women benefited from affirmative action more than anybody. I think people don't realize that there's an enormous amount of women in boardrooms right now. The old dude, it's not going to change immediately because it's going to take a decade or so. That's the thing. These changes just can't be immediate. You're going to toss every dude out, and they're not going to let you fucking do that. But it has changed. All right? I talked with someone who was one of these fucking business bastards. And he's like, dude, there's a lot of women in there, you don't realize. And they're just as evil as any of the men were. All right? They're the same fucking scummy fucking finance bros. Now they're just finance sisters. Finance sisters. Finance sisters. But the issue women are largely facing is this, and this is a tough situation. Women haven't been in control of themselves for millennia. Men have always told you, society's told you what to do. And now you're getting out and you're realizing that freedom of society that we thought was there, it's not really. I mean, society tells you what to think through media and advertising since you're a child. All your opinions you really think that you formed on your own are often just been cultivated for you by a rich elite to make you buy products. And, you're realizing that, but you're also realizing this is really tough. In order to really become successful, oftentimes it takes like a couple fucking decades to even get there, right? But women have a time frame on their ability to be mothers and have families. And so you have to choose, as a woman, do my career or my husband and my kids. And you almost never, ever get to choose both. And I will say this. The more I've denied my natural desires, the more pain and anxiety I've felt. And the more you deny what you naturally need, what the meaning of life is, what is made for you, the more anxious you will be. Whenever I meet someone who's trying to deny themselves, whether it's their fucking gayness or their intense sexuality, or they're denying, when they're trying to deny themselves that they want to be moms or dads or whatever, get fucked up in the head. And I've been there, man. I did it to myself. And I've seen a lot of very career successful women in New York City, a lot in my field, who were really miserable, who were just going home every night and sucking down Xanax and Haagen-Dazs, who were getting 15 fucking cats and spending all their money on psychoactive medication, psychiatrists and therapists. Not to say, I'm just saying when you pick what's right for you. All right, that's a real fucking battle going on. A lot of times men get caught in that crossfire. Do. And it's not, and fellas, it ain't about us. Most of that battle going on, women fighting women. They're fighting the battle that men used to fight, which is trying to come to terms with our morality and the fact, and our mortality and the fact that we're not as in control of ourselves as we think we are. That preordained instinctive fate plays a certain role. Not saying, but it's a combination of both, man. All right, I'm getting fucking deep here, Mike. Fucking pull back, dude. Pull back. People just, you went from fucking 600-pound life to this, you fucking cunt. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking getting psychologically balls deep. What are you doing, man? I don't know if they're ready for this. Maybe. I hope you are. But, I don't know. Don't say I don't know, Mike. You know. I'm going to keep reiterating this. Don't date fucking people who ain't ready for you at your full form, at your final form. You're Charizard now, and they still want you to be Charmander. All right? Don't fucking do that. All right? You're a half fire, half flying type now, and they're just like, what happened to my little fire Charmander? And you go, bitch, I grew up. Now I know Dragon Rage. And fire, flamethrower. Fire Blast has to be taught to him with a TM, unless they change that. I know my fucking nerd shit, dude. And don't date those people, man. They ain't gonna make you stronger. They're gonna make you weaker. So, thank you for this question. I just kind of used it to elaborate on a million other fucking things. But, ladies, once again, if your man is continually showing weakness, if he's weak to you, when you step to him, you're never going to fucking respect him. You won't. You might want to. I've been with women who I want to be with and I can't be with. It sucks. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts when you meet someone and you go, I want to be with them, but you realize it ain't going to work. It just ain't going to fucking work. I had another question. What are rituals of successful people? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not fully successful. Honestly, I've tried to search this so many times. Of looking up. I used to, when I was early in stand-up, I would just sit for hours at night and I would read about famous comedians. And I was looking for something that they did. Something that they did. And the reality is everyone's road is unique. Everyone's path through life is unique to you. There's no quick hit for how to be rich and successful. Don't spend money like a dumbass. Save. Have multiple income sources. Don't just have one. It's kind of, honestly, it's just common sense. Don't fucking, if you're broke and you're having money problems, don't go to Dunkin' Donuts every day, make coffee at home, or just give up coffee. If you're broke, don't keep fucking smoking cigarettes. Stop smoking cigarettes. It's simple fucking common sense, man. Work ethic. Put in the work and don't fucking give up. Same thing with a relationship, man. Put in the work. Don't throw in the towel right away, but also just, don't. You got to be able to fucking do that when the time comes and you're a man and your woman really tests you. You don't ever be afraid to say no and don't ever be afraid of the confrontation. Because when the time comes and she's like, and fucking, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hang out with my friend Bobby. And let's say Bobby wants to fuck your girl and you know that. And you don't like that, so you say, no. She goes, what? And you go, I'm fucking no. I know what's going on. I said fucking no. And she goes, well, I'm going to do it anyway. You're like, all right, peace out, bitch. I won't be here when you get back. Or like you're going on vacation and she's like, I don't want you going on vacation with your friends. And you go, well, tough fucking shit. I'm going on vacation with my friends. And if you don't like it, tough titties. No is a powerful word, man. Also, I don't know. It depends on the situation. I'm not about over banning a woman's access to men. If the dude is fucking sniffing around and you know he is, then yeah, that's fine, because she's just getting something unhealthy out of that. Women know when a platonic friend is trying to fuck them. They know. It's a good feeling. I've experienced it with women, and it's narcissistic and arrogant, and it's unhealthy. But if don't ever be afraid that she's gonna fuck people. If she fucked people, whatever. Just fucking dump her, find a new chick. Rituals of successful people. Don't hang out with people who want you to be lesser than. Don't hang out with people who nerf you and say, why are you getting sober? Why is your sex drive higher than mine? Why do you like that kind of kink? It makes me feel blah, 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 blah. Don't hang out with people who project onto you. Women, don't date men who project their insecurities onto you and try and lessen you. Don't be with someone who has no drive and no ambition and shits on you when you have it. And don't fuck with someone who isn't happy for you when you find success. I remember dating a girl, and I got a very good payday from a comedy show, and she was like, oh, I can't believe you get paid that much fucking money to do that. And I had done thousands of shows for fucking pennies or nothing. And I was like, I can't believe that you're not on my team right now. That you're not supporting me. I need this. This is good. This is good for me. And your response is, ooh, why don't I get that money? Fuck that person, man. Don't be with that motherfucker. Don't be with him. Get your act together, man. Don't fuck with people who don't deserve you. Don't lessen yourself for others. Don't fucking do it, man. Doesn't matter if you're dating them or if you're friends with them or if you're just fucking them. Be strong. Women, if you're strong, be fucking strong. Because guess what? Dudes like me, I like strong women. They turn me on. I hate weak bitches and I hate dumb bitches. They make my fucking dick soft. You want to know how to make my dick soft? It's not about your looks. It's if I ask you what are the 3 branches of government and you can't tell me them. That makes my dick soft. Just put in the work. Stay motivated. Get your fucking act together. Love yourself. Keep your fucking shit together. And don't let people keep you from being the best fucking version of you that you can be. Anyone who holds you back doesn't really give a fuck about you. All right, guys. Have a good fucking week.